Hey guys, it's 420 Dragon here. So what we're gonna be doing is Blood Pet has actually reached out to me and about 6 other content creators in the Pauper community, and we are gonna be playing no ban list Pauper. So you might have seen this if you follow some other people's channels like Probosks, Blood Pet, Cali Kai's, and some others of course. But yeah, so I have been invited and I've made a couple decks here, and so in this video we'll talk about the decks that I have actually decided to bring. So let's get into it here. So here we have the first deck I decided to bring, which is a High Tide strategy. So this deck has, based around of course High Tide, which is 1 blue instant. Until end of turn, all islands produce an additional blue when tapped for mana. So this is this is the main mana generation. It allows your 17 island mana base to all of a sudden turn and do a bunch of lands that tap for 2 mana or more, depending on how many High Tides you drew. Which turns on cards like Cloud of Fairies, Snap, and Frantic Search, allowing them to generate a lot of mana. So the general idea is that you get a High Tide going, play some Cloud of Fairies, snap them, Frantic Search, generate a lot of mana and Storm, and then you can get into a Temporal Fissure, which can bounce all your opponent's permanents, and an Archaeomancer, and some Cloud of Fairies, and then you can actually just go infinite with that, picking up some Cloud of Fairies, some Mancers. Mancer can rebuy the Fissure, Cloud of Fairies can give you the mana to do it all, and then also your opponent has no permanents in play. And then, so since the format is pretty fast with things like Infect existing, Storm being pretty powerful, wanted to run a decent bit of interactions. So we got 6 counters in the main deck, which maybe is not enough, but we got 4 1-mana counters. Want to be able to have cheap interaction, and then 2 counter spells. And we have Snap, Preordains. I'm trying to consider in this deck, not sure if this is right, but I'm trying to consider because it's an instant, so we can hold up Spell Piercer, Force Spike, and if we don't decide to use it, we can go ahead and consider. It also has nice synergy with Treasure Cruise, and yeah, that's basically it on that card. And then as far as the sideboard goes, one thing that is actually present in both of the decks that I brought is Mystic Remora Foil, which I think is a pretty nice combination, especially against the Storm decks. But even against like mirror matches, if there's other High Tide strategies, even Affinity, decks like Affinity, we might have a hard time playing through this, especially when it's combined with a combo like High Tide, because they're either having to, it makes it really hard to race you. If they're trying to like draw cards to hit their combo, all of a sudden they're giving you a bunch of cards, turning on the foils, and then you're able to just counter their things and go off. Or the other outcome is that they don't play into your Mystic Remora and you're able to hit land drops for free, eventually sack the Remora and just combo off. So I think that card is pretty strong. And then let's take a look at our other deck, is Blue-Red Drake. So this deck, I decided to go with a more controlling strategy. 4 counterspell this time. 1 Spell Pierce, 2 Force Spike. I do like the 1-mana counters. I think in this format we need to be fast. 4 Lightning Bolt, which might have been a mistake. It is pretty dead in a lot of matchups. 1 Fire Ice, which maybe is not necessary. Some cantrips. Preordained Thoughtscour. I think I liked Brainstorm in this deck with Ash Barrens and Thoughtscour. Thoughtscour is also good with Treasure Cruise. This deck plays 4 copies. The last deck only had 2. And then 3 Mancer, 3 Drake, 4 Augs as a sort of value beater. He can also block versus like Infect or whatever. And then, yeah, this deck plays 21 lands, so it's a lot more controlling, trying to hit lands every turn. Also utilizing some bounce lands. And this deck is, because this deck needs to play more lands because it's trying to get up to 5 lands in play for Peregrine Drake. Then in terms of sideboard, we're having 4 Remora again, 3 Foil. I actually went with a main deck Pyroblast here as well, so we have 3 total Pyroblasts, 3 Blue Blasts, Gorilla Shaman in case we end up going up against Affinity, And then, of course, for those of you who don't remember when Peregrine Drake was actually legal, the combo is Archaeomancer, Peregrine Drake, 5 lands, and Ghostly Flicker. I guess you only technically need 4 lands, but then you're not able to actually cast the Peregrine Drake in the first place. And then that will allow you to make infinite mana. With Augur, you can draw any instant or sorcery from your deck. With Double Mancer, you can infinitely recur Fire, Ice, Lightning Bolt to kill your opponent. Or if you don't have access to one of those, you can just get back infinite counter spells, get back infinite draw spells, etc. So yeah, that's all for the deck tech, and let's get into the matches. Alright guys, so we're here for my first match of the no ban list pauper. We're playing against Kali Kaiza. Let's see, what deck is he playing? We are playing our mono blue High Tide. It looks like he's playing his Storm deck that we got up here. This hand does not have any early interactions or a High Tide. And the opponent's deck is probably quite a bit faster than us. He's having Pyros, Duresses, Gut Shots, and sideboard. So looking to first day of class Chatterstorm us out, it looks like. With Galvanic Relays. I mean, we could try to keep this. It is pretty slow and does not do anything. But if we draw a High Tide, we can maybe kill turn 2 or something. We're on the draw and the opponent mulligans. I think maybe it's okay to keep this. It can be a pretty fast hand if some things go right here. Opponent mulligans to 5. Okay, that's got to be pretty good for us. Okay. So we're having a pretty slow draw here. It's another Cloud of Fairies, so we can cycle 1 here. Opponent's gonna go for something here. So ideally, they're not one-shotting us. It should be pretty hard to one-shot us straight up right now. They'll probably have to go for like a relay or something. First day. Galvanic Relay. Okay. So let's go cycle the Cloud of Fairies. There's a Consider. Let's see what Consider hits. If we hit High Tide here, we can maybe go off. It's been that. Oh, we actually hit the High Tide. Okay, poggers. Let's play the High Tide, Cloud of Fairies, Frantic here. Discard a DA, untap 3 lands. We could play Mancer, get back High Tide, play High Tide. Let's do that. Let's go Mancer, get back High Tide, play High Tide. Snap. So Snap makes 6 right now. I guess let's Consider first here. So we get, there's a Preordain, so we can probably keep that and then just snap the Cloud of Fairies to get the most mana. And let's start with the flashback DA. There's Counterspell Preordain. Let's go Preordain, DA again. Probably bottom. We need to find additional mana, so like Frantic Search. Let's go Preordain. There's another High Tide. So if we play Cloud of Fairies, untap 2, that would be 6. We could play High Tide as 7. What did the opponent flip off of their thing? So we should probably try to kill them this turn. I think we should bottom this. There's temporal. Oh, that's pretty good, I think. Let's see, we go like this. We do kind of need to hit something here. Rite of Flame, Snow Covered Swamp, Chromatic Star. I mean, we could just Temporal Fissure here. Pick up the Cloud, pick up the Mancer. And then he's probably like going like Chatterstorm, Star. Or not Chatterstorm, Rite of Flame, Star. He's probably not able to use that much of his cards. So maybe that's actually okay. The other option is to go for Deep Analysis and hope that we hit Cloud of Fairies or Snap. But that's a bit risky, because if we don't, we could just die. So I think I will go for this. Let's bounce the Cloud of Fairies and the Mancer. And then both of his lands. Okay. So I think we're in a pretty okay spot here. Next turn we can even just hold up Counterspell. And potentially be able to stop him from comboing off. That makes 3, I forgot about that. So let's see what they're able to do here. Cabal into introduction should be fine. We should be living here. There's Force Spike. That's pretty good as well. So we can just play land pass here. Have the Counterspell Force Spike available. This is Jataxian Probe. So we don't know much about their hand, I think. We could just counter this so they don't know about the Force Spike. Yeah, I think I will go with the counter. So they're just gonna pass. We draw another island. So we have quite a bit of lands now. We could Mancer back something here. We could get High Tide. We could get Temporal Fissure. Or we could just DA. I think I will go with the Mancer back High Tide here. And we can try to go off next turn. We get to draw 4 cards with Deep Analysis. That should be pretty good for us. Okay, so he's going to probe us. He sees the spike. He's going to have to one-shot us here. What is this? It's Deadly Disputing. Okay, that's acceptable. It's just going to pass. Okay. This is Spell Pierce. So we could continue to wait with Spell Pierce plus Force Spike here. Or we could try to go off. We could also just DA. And then if we hit Island, I think I actually like that. Okay, there's double High Tides. So we're having a lot of mana next turn. Opponent might play around Force Spike, but we drew Spell Pierce. So that can maybe throw a wrench in their plans a bit here. So Metamorphosis. Okay. Chromatic, okay. Sacking the star, okay. 3 mana for relay. Okay, I will get the force spike out on one of these. There's the snap. That should let us kill here. So let's go high tide, high tide, high tide. I guess we can just actually flashback DA, see what we get here. There's another Mancer. That should be a kill for sure, yeah. So we can just get back the Fisher, snap the Mancer, play the Mancer. This makes infinite mana here. And then we also have infinite draw. Yeah, so there we can just draw our whole deck, get to a deep analysis, and then use the deep analysis to mill the opponent's deck. So as far as the sideboard, we're bringing in 4 Mystic Remoras to stop the opponent. I think Counterspell is slow because it costs 2 mana, and mostly is just countering the same things that Dispel and Force Spike try to counter. Foil is pretty strong because it's 0 mana. You could probably cut like a 1 Fisher. Maybe the Force Spikes. A little bit of the combo pieces as well, I think, is fine. I think we're going to morph into a bit of a control deck here. Tormod's Crypt, does that do anything? No, his deck does not really care about the graveyard, it seems. So he's going to be bringing in Pyros, Duresses. So we're really going to try to be getting a Remora online. That's going to be really key for us if we can get a Remora and protect it. Yeah, so let's go with this. Maybe we could have just cut all the Fishers, but I think we might need 1 to kill. Okay, there's a Remora. We don't have another land, but we do have double Consider, so I think I'll keep this. Okay. So we can just wait here, try to use Considers to hit our land. Hopefully opponent doesn't do anything super threatening here. Go Synth. Okay. I guess part of me wants to Spell Pierce that, but they played a land already, which is kind of weird. So what could he be trying to do with the Synth? He could be having like Lotus Petal into, or like Ritual into Manamorphose or something. I think we can let the Synth resolve actually. And then trying to like Deadly Dispute it. There's Duress. So we will probably want to counter the Duress. It's a Dark Ritual. I guess we can just Spell Pierce that. Should be pretty good. Okay, let's go for Consider. We don't need Cloud. We didn't hit a land. It's unfortunate. Hopefully the opponent's not able to just kill us here or generate too much value. They actually just do nothing. That's really good for us. Let's go for Consider. Put the Mancer in the yard. We actually brick again. That's pretty unlucky. We can just discard DA here. Opponent finds a Morphos, so they're able to access their other colors. This might allow them to Deadly Dispute here. We're gonna go for Dark Ritual. Galvanic Relay. Okay, so Relay is actually a pretty good card to play Mystic Remora into. So let's just slam a Remora into that. We don't have any interactions, but if the opponent is wanting to play cards and not one-shot us, our Remora will do some work. And if not, we can even just sack it and then be able to cast Treasure Cruise. So they're going to actually play the Lotus Petal and allow us to draw a card, okay? They're going to play, what is this? Looks like they're going to feed the Remora here. Which definitely I do not mind. Cabal, okay. Draw off the Remora. First day, okay, we draw off the Remora. So High Tide, damn, we haven't hit any lands. Maybe this deck needs more foils or something. Duress, okay, we draw off that. There's a land finally. So we have a bunch of High Tides. If we're able to draw like a, oh, I guess we only have one High Tide. There's Chatter. He played first day already, and that's a Chatter for 5. So I think that should be lethal, right? Oh wait, no. I thought I made 2 for some reason. It's not empty, the Warrens. Okay, so let's sack the Remora. We draw another island. Let's see here. So we do kind of need to find a way to not die somehow, which is actually kind of difficult. I don't know if we actually have a way to do that. So we could play High Tide. I think we're just dead here, actually. We only have the 1 High Tide, and we didn't draw any untappers. So I guess actually we need the 2 mana untappers. Yeah. Okay. Well, looks like we're dead. I'm gonna just preordain. Yeah, it looks like we're just dead here. Okay. So it seems like we should keep the Cloud of Fairies and the Snaps. Just like a Frantic and like a Cruise. Maybe like a Deep. 2 Deeps instead of the Frantics. I think the Frantic's pretty good. Maybe we do want all the, or another Fisher. We'll probably cut like 1 Mancer. It's probably fine. Okay. This hand is not keepable. I think this hand's okay. We don't have a second land, but if he's having a draw that goes for relay, we can Remora on the relay turn, on the turn after he relays. That can potentially do some stuff for us. Frantic is an interesting draw. I think think I just pass here. Just consider. I think I just pass here again. Let's go for consider. This cruise, we don't want that. We need lands. Let's go for the Remora here. We need to buy some time. Okay, I think I will pay the upkeep here. Hope we draw a land. Okay, there's the land. So we can consider, try to find another land and pay the upkeep. Okay, so he's going to duress. Let's see what we draw here. Okay, so we could consider to try to find a land to be able to counter. Or we could just allow it to resolve and then have a mana up in case we draw Spell Piercer to spell. I think I'll go with the let it resolve play. He takes the High Tide. Okay. Let's go consider. Put the snap in the graveyard. I think I will pay the 2 here. We do not end up finding a land. We are having another Remora turn though. This is pretty scary for him to try to go off into Remora here. So he's just gonna pass. Okay, so the Remora's gonna die now. He's taken away our High Tide. Let's go consider. There's an island. Let's keep the island. Play the island and pass. We're having Spell Pierce for defense up now. Let's see. Hopefully the opponent's not able to one-shot us here. Our hand is not particularly strong. We do kind of need to find a High Tide here. So next turn we'll probably have to try and go off. Rite of Flame, okay. Ritual, okay. Just need to hope that he's not able to make enough to one-shot us in one turn, and then we can maybe go off. Star, okay. Okay. This is looking pretty scary here. Okay. 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 So there's 8 storm counts. So if he has the... Okay, it's just relay. Because I was going to say if he has the first day into the other thing, we actually are just dead. Into the Chatterstorm, we are just dead. So just going to go Chatterstorm. Okay. That's okay. We can beat that. It's going to go another Chatterstorm. Okay. So I think we can just leave the Spell Pierce in hand and potentially cycle it with the Frantic here. And let's see, there's a Remora that's not particularly useful at this point. We need to find a High Tide really bad here. So we could snap 2 things to stay alive as a very worst case scenario play. think let's try to see if we can hit off of the frantic first. Remora is pretty useless at this point. Let's go for Preordain. If we can hit the high tide, it can be really good. Another Preordain. Okay, we did not hit high tide. That kind of sucks. Let's go snap. Snap. So he's having 19 in play now. He's probably gonna kill us next turn. I guess we hold the cloud in hand. Maybe we need more lands in our deck, that is. Duress doesn't have anything to take. Ritual. Let's see. Hopefully he's not able to kill us here, but all he needs is a first day. Then he can crack the synth, and then that's lethal. We need to find like the full combo somehow, and we can't even flashback DA. It's pretty rough. Cabal. Okay. So maybe we should cycle the Cloud of Fairies. I think our best bet is probably to actually just draw like double high tide, and then we can make infinite mana with Archaeomancer. Or no, that wouldn't even be infinite mana. You need triple high tide to make infinite. I guess maybe we should have used Ghostly Flicker in this deck because it can. Oh yeah, okay. So that does kill us. GG. GG Kali Kais. Unlucky we didn't get there. Okay, boys, we're here for the second match rather, against Kali Kais. It looks like this time he is on his, what deck is this? Arcane High Tide, and we are on our blue-red Drake deck. This hand is acceptable. Let's keep that. We can just start with an island and take it slow here. We have some interaction. And let's see how this goes. Seems pretty decent. I think I'll probably just play turn 1 and not brainstorm here. Just do nothing, I think. We can just wait a bit and then get a nice brainstorm thought scour turn 2 potentially. There's Ponder. It's totally fine. Okay, there's another counter. Can be pretty useful. Just gonna probe us. It's totally fine. Let's go for the brainstorm. There's a Drake. See, what sort of tools does he have for breaking through? He has a Dispel. He's having a Giga Drowse as well. So maybe we do actually need to try to combo off fairly quickly here. So maybe we should keep the Drake. So we could put back a counter spell and mill the counter spell. Let's go with this. There's an Augs. Okay, there's a Mansert. Let's just go for Preordain on this turn. There's Bounce Land. I think we just want to try to find the Flicker. Okay, there's a Spell Pierce. Let's pass here. So he's going Peer Through Depths. That should be fine. We just need to be wary of Giga Drowse. It looks like he's only having one copy of Giga Drowse and one copy of Dispel, but he is having 4 Merchant Scrolls. So if we can stop the Merchant Scroll, we're not going to be getting Giga Drowse. Giga Drowse is pretty scary here. A Stream of Thought to mill themselves. That is totally fine. Lightning Bolt is pretty useless. So we can just pass with Counter Spell plus Spell Pierce available. I think that's probably just a play. We don't have our land for next turn, which kinda sucks. We do kinda need to hit that at some point. The Ashy Bee for the island, it's totally fine. Go Brainstorm. I guess that's fine. Merchant Scroll. We should Spell Pierce that. So we do not find a land. Let's just play the Augs. Brainstorm. We could try to use that to find a land, but it's a bit risky. So I think I'll just wait here. Peer Through Depths. What sort of ways is he having to untap lands? It's not that many. We probably are okay to counter this. Probably shouldn't die here, I think. Okay. Okay, there's a land. Let's go for the Brainstorm. Pyro main deck is pretty nice here. Put back these, go Island, Preordain, and get rid of them. And now all we need is the Flicker now. And I guess technically we don't even need it. We can just pressure him and interact. Let's Peer Through Depths. Let's just counter spell. It's gonna go for the High Tide. Okay, let's counter that. I mean, maybe we should just try to counter the card draw. No, we should probably counter that. go stream of thoughts. Okay. Will brainstorm high tide merchants grow giga drowse. Find a counter spell. So I guess we can just get the Drake out here. We could Mancer back the Pyro. I think I'll just go for Preordain. Ooh. There's the Flicker. That actually is just a kill. Okay, nice. So provided he doesn't have Dispel, we are able to just kill him here. Nice. We got him. Okay, let's bring the Pyros, the Foils, Remoras. Cut this, cut the bolts. So this Augs is pretty useful. Let's see, what should we cut here? So his deck can go pretty late, so maybe Force Spike is not the best. Got like a couple Thought Scours. Maybe cut like an Augs. Yeah, maybe we cut like 2 Augs actually. Because Augs is a bit worse now that we're adding in 4 copies of Remora. So we got a couple Remoras here. It's pretty nice. Probably will use them on like turn 2. Use one on turn 2. Let's see, what is his deck siding into? He's having additional Giga Drowses, Hydros. There's Foil. Let's just pass here. He's gonna cycle the Barons. Okay. Finds the island. He's gonna probe, that's totally fine. Let's go. Could go brainstorm here. I guess we don't really need to. Our hand is fairly nice at this point. There's Thought Scour. Let's go for a Remora here. It's totally fine. Here. So he doesn't have to play into it. Ooh, he's gonna miss a land though. Okay, that's pretty good for us. Let's go ahead and I guess we can actually, let's just Thought Scour here. No Mountain Pyro. Pay the upkeep. There's Bounce Land, that's pretty good. That is pretty good here. just go bounce land. Bounce land pass. We have the foil up to protect. Opponent is continuing to miss lands. I just will press OK. I think maybe could have cycled the Ash Barrens, but no, we have Brainstorm, so I want to hold on to the Ash Barrens. And this should be pretty good. As long as we're able to hit lands and he's missing lands, we're gaining advantage. It's pretty nice. Let's just play land pass. He's having a discard step as well, which is pretty bad. So he's going to go for Brainstorm. Let's draw a card off the Remora. Counter the Brainstorm. I want to keep him from hitting lands. He's going to go for Probe, and we're going to get to draw another card. It's another Remora. So we could foil this. I think I'll allow it though. There's Ponder. Let's draw a card, see what we get here. It's another Remora. Let's counter that one. Let's discard a Remora. And so now we are having enough to Treasure Cruise. We could probably sack the Remora. Remora, too good. I think this piece of tech might carry us a bit in this format. The Remora has done a lot of work here. That was fun match. Thanks for tuning in.